Today we'll be looking at how to make some metal art signs. We'll be starting off with a letter sign. These are good sellers and quite easy to make. So we're going to start off with just a simple circle. We'll size it out. And then run our inside circle. Next, we'll get our text set up. And adjust the font. I like to kind of look through, see what different fonts are there. Once we get our font set up, we'll go ahead and size up. All I'm doing here is just using the scaling. Like to have that overlap the ring just a little bit. That way we can trim that out and get a nice fit. We'll want to go ahead and explode our letter. Now we can go through and edit. I like to use the trim tool. You can use the weld tool. I just prefer using the trim tool. It's just kind of what I'm used to doing. But either way, you're good. And you'll kind of notice on this how the cutouts will change. Also, always check for those loops on your font. You always want to check to make sure you don't have those lines hanging over. So anywhere that you do any editing, you want to just double check that that's not there. That will affect your cut path. And you notice as I'm doing this, we're actually seeing the sign take shape. The cutouts are showing in white instead of gray. Here I'm going to space this out. I'll just draw a simple circle and then size it to fit. and then just trim out the rest of the old letter. Now I'll just double check my distance here. Whenever I'm doing any type of bridging, I like to have a minimum of, say, about 1/8 of an inch, 0.125. Seems to work pretty good. There's no burn back, and the part doesn't fall through. Here we're going to put some font on the arc. First I'll set what kind of font I want to use. And I'll change my size. And now I'll do the text to curve. Now we'll do the flip curve. Get it centered up. Then we'll get it into the middle of the ring. And we'll do the same on the bottom. Here I'm also going to spread out the word a little bit, kind of separate those letters, and put it up to the center of the ring. What we'll want to do next is do some bridging. First we'll want to explode. And then we can go to our bridging tool. With an 1/8 inch bridge, I'll start the bridging process. And this is going to kind of be up to you on how you want to bridge this. I try to make it look like it's supposed to be there. Sometimes it can get a little funky if you're putting too many bridges in. I'm put as minimal amount of bridges in there as I can. It just makes that letter look better. You can see here I kind of missed a little bit, so I had to go back through and edit that one little corner. Not a big deal, we just trim that out. Gonna kind of just take a look at this just to see what it appears like. I'm not really happy with that D, so I'm gonna go ahead and run the bridge in the center and edit that out. Let's trim those out a little bit cleaner looking. Like I said, always check for those loops in your letters. Sometimes they'll get you. Basically what you're looking at there is just how the font was made and how FlashCut's going to run the path for it. Now that's going to be a little close there, so I want to go ahead and raise the I. So I'll just highlight that, come back through, get the rest of the drawing, and raise it up. I'll run through to my fix tool just to make sure that no lines are missing. Everything looks good on this one. Get those two little spots fixed and we're good to go. Now we can write our toolpath. So I'll just bring this over onto the sheet. Notice I am moving my 0 point, so I'll need to bring that back over. And I'm just going to go through and edit my lead-ins. You can see it ran a toolpath there for some reason. But we'll go ahead and edit that. I always like to take a look at my toolpaths to make sure everything's going to be cutting where I want it to. And I could do this as a whole, but I do like to go through them individually just to make sure everything's good and the start isn't too close to any edges. So I can go ahead and save this. It's ready to go over to the table. And we can start on our next one. Again, just double checking my toolpaths. Here we have our next drawing. This is just showing you going through the material first. Very important. We're going to be running aluminum 16 gauge. So we'll have that set up correctly. Of course, the check mark. Now we'll check out our plasma settings. This will be run on 45 amp shielded. Check mark. And we're good to run it to CNC. Checking my toolpath again. Everything looks good. Here's what we have. And I did make a few adjustments just on what they'd want. Now we are using water table with the aluminum, so I will drop my water down about 1 inch. This will help the gases clear. And after I'm done, I will remove the aluminum from the table.